Mr. Hoyte served as president of Guyana from 1985 to 1992, and before that he held several ministerial posts between 1969 and 1984, including Home Affairs, Finance, Works and Communications, and Economic Development. In 1984, he became first vice president and prime minister. During his presidency, he initiated far-reaching electoral and economic reforms which strengthened the basis of the democratic culture of Guyana, promoted market-oriented policies, and stimulated economic growth. But he was mostly concerned about governance, good governance, and that's what he was hailed for by Foreign Minister Kyle Greenidge, who delivered the feature remarks at Mr. Hoyte's 14th death anniversary ceremony commemoration at 7 Ponds in the Botanical Gardens on Thursday.
He took a close interest in governance in general and in particular in local government, and in trying to ensure that in the towns and cities as well as in the rural areas, our people, whether they be those in the party or outside of the party, had an opportunity to be involved in the decision-making process. I think in the end many of us regarded the structure, I certainly did, as perhaps a little too complicated, but that's for another day.
Minister Greenidge recalled too that Mr. Hoyte took over at a time when there was serious criminality in Guyana, but worked hard to change that situation.
Notwithstanding the fact that it is those circumstances less than a year which brought him to power, he took up the challenge in a manner that was extremely surprising when you consider all the circumstances, because he at no point exhibited, that is prior to his accession to office, at no point exhibited any particular interest in sitting in that seat of power. And LFS Burnham could rely on him to carry out functions assigned to him very, very assiduously. He was a very serious man. He could be extremely severe with those who failed to undertake tasks that were given to him.
Minister Greenidge said that Mr. Hoyte led by example by providing the economic framework which is still leading Guyana today. He recalled the passage of the state planning legislation in 1977.
People talk about kick down the door bandits and the like. Some part of that was in place. The murder rates were doing some very funny things. And one of the things he committed himself to very, very early was to bring that crime rate, which of course compared to today pales into insignificance, but to bring that crime rate under control. And I think a lot of people make reference to the first couple of years, the issue of hanging and all of that. Even without that,
President David Granger also attended the commemoration ceremony and laid a wreath. Attorney General and Chairman of the People's National Congress Reform, Mr. Basil Williams, declared that the late president was a dynamic individual and led a transformative revolution in Guyana. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.